In a leaked clip from a 2018 Kanye West documentary, he exposed his feelings towards Cardi B being an industry plant that was placed here by the Illuminati to distract us with her ghetto-ness and ratchetness and climb her way through the ranks. Cardi B is one of the more popular female hip-hop artists who got a big break off Bodak Yellow, which was literally a rinse and repeat of Kodak Black's No Flockin', his breakout hit. Cardi B rose to the ranks by sexualizing herself in her music and encouraging younger women to have a bunch of sex and get some money. Kanye West felt that Cardi B was an industry plan, trying to replace her op, Nicki Minaj.
Cardi B is a plant by the Illuminati. She don't write her raps. She's just there to like sound as ignorant as possible and make songs like "Fuck 'em" and get some money. She was literally replaced Nicki Minaj purposely. She has no idea what the fuck is going on. She thinks it's just a blessing from the universe. There ain't no blessing from the fucking universe.
Everything Kanye West said about Cardi B is facts. Although he viewed Cardi B as a nice person in the media who gets along with everyone and embraces the younger artists, she is the poster child for ignorance and ratchetness. You see her on Instagram Live, using the bathroom. You see her nudes leaking on the internet because she leaks them herself. You see her posing with Offset in the back of the MTV Awards like they're having sex. Cardi B is a good human being when it comes to the image that she puts out. It represents her music, and labels love to represent the negativity because it sells easier. Think about the top Cardi B songs. WAP, the new one Bongos, both with Megan Thee Stallion coincidentally, Point Me to the Sluts, Put It on the Floor, Tomorrow 2, which is a pretty hard song with Glorilla. All of these songs promote the same thing. WAP. This is not worship and prayer. Wet ass pussy. But wait, it gets better. A couple weeks ago, she released a song with Megan and Bongos. Nigga, eat this ass like a plum. This pussy tight like a nun. Just think about the context of lyrics that are in this music. And it's the reason why conscious rappers like Kendrick and J. Cole, which are like one of none, rarely reach that level, because when you talk about things of substance, you will never reach the new heights. Labels love to promote ignorance. Killers, literally prostitution, anything about sex. Anything ignorant, labels love to produce. There's a reason why you hear people always say in the black community, they take our rhythm but don't give us our blues, because any of our hard trauma stories, such as a family member dying, living in Section 8 housing, being on EBT food stamps, they want you to speak about that in the music because it generates sales. However, when you surpass that lifestyle and basically want to talk more positive things about your kids, how you elevated, they're not putting out any more music like that. Sell the ignorance that got you here in the first place, and they're not changing up the recipe, and the recipe is black ignorance. I'm going to get structured here. Ideal demographic of Cardi B's audience is women of color between the ages of 18 to 30, who are probably dating in college, young 20s. Now, this whole hierarchy of, let's say, Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, City Girls, Megan Thee Stallion, this whole hierarchy of like ratchetness is being mass promoted. Now, don't get me wrong. Lil' Kim walked, so artists like Cardi B could run. I totally agree with Kanye West on what he's saying about how Cardi B is promoting arrogance and literal prostitution. You see what she says in her raps, and basically admitted in interviews how she was a stripper who used to set up drug dealers to get robbed. And I'm surprised how no one has even checked her for that, considering how she really admitted to this in interviews. But the fact that what she's putting out is promoting other people, younger girls, of course, to do this bad behavior. Internet personality Azalea Banks gave a very interesting reason why Cardi B was so heavily pushed by the record labels who wanted to diminish the monopoly stake Nicki Minaj had in female rap.
My theory is that Nicki Minaj for a very long time has had like complete market share of the female rap, and for a very long time these other music industry execs have been trying to push their female rap products through. You know, you saw Iggy Azalea, and you saw like all these other girls, and Nicki Minaj was just not letting these other corporate white guys get a piece of her fucking pie. So they made Cardi B and launched her. It's not a theory, it's the truth. They made her and launched her on Nicki, and that's just because of this greater white male like corporate part to the fucking music industry. That's just not gonna they're just not gonna let a black girl have any sort of like power. The female rap power was too centralized in one spot. They had to launch something on her to break that shit up.
Music is so influential in the sense where what you hear is what you think. This sounds so cliche, but it's true. Who you surround yourself with and what you fill your mind with will determine how you move. You may listen to a negative Cardi B song about her talking about how she robbed someone, or basically how she had sex for some money, and make you want to go do the same thing, because music is so impressionable upon the younger generation of people in our time. You have 17-year-olds getting pregnant, doing all type of challenges because they saw Sexy Red do it or Cardi B rap about it, and people don't think for themselves, especially the younger generation, where they're being raised by technology where their parents don't have no say because whatever's on that phone in front of them, whether it's Sexy Red twerking, whether it's Cardi B moving her tongue like she's eating the vajayjay, whether it's Megan Thee Stallion doing the Megan knees, that is what's raising your child, the internet. Addressing Kanye's point of Cardi B not writing her own raps, I'm sure at some point early in Cardi B's career, she had to write her own lyrics. However, definitely not anymore. I feel like hip-hop as a whole genre is the only genre we care about someone's elite pen game and their authenticity. In rock and roll, in punk, in R&B, nobody cares about who wrote the song as long as it sounds good and the music video looks appealing. But hip-hop is a genre where your pen game and your authenticity must be checked, and it must be you. If you didn't write that, we can't give you props. I vividly remember when people found out that Drake had a ghostwriter, Quentin Miller, who was responsible for writing certain songs on this If You're Reading This Is Too Late album. People treated like it was an L that Drake would never bounce back from. 5, 6, 7 years later, here we are in 2023, he's releasing bangers that we all know he didn't write 100% and nobody cares. The typical idea of an industry plan is someone who blew up rather fast and has a lot of support. However, you can't identify where the support came from. With Cardi B, we know support came from Love and Hip Hop New York. But for other hip hop artists, you might see them opening up for Drake and they only have one hot song and no organic following. Now, Sexy Red is an artist who coincidentally falls into this category. She has face tats, she's very open with her sexual history, and her bars are very basic. I know they say that simplicity sells, but her message about thotting and hoeing is something that will prevent her from scaling her audience to a larger size. You see Ice Spice talk about sexualizing herself in her music and similar content, but outside of her music, she's very elegant, she's very classy, and she's a baddie. But not Sexy Red. Her persona is eternal. I don't know if she forgot that the cameras were turned off, but she's very true to this persona, and probably because she's truly about that life, because she comes from St. Louis. Female rap is the only subgenre where whatever you speak about, true or false, doesn't really matter. Cardi B has pretty much been riding the hype of her first and only album, Invasion of Privacy, releasing hit singles after hit singles. People often press Cardi B for being afraid because she has dropped an album in over 5 years, insinuating her first week's sales of her second album will be low, exposing she isn't really as hard of an artist as she thought she was. Here's where Cardi B and Nicki go at it, because anyone that Nicki feels is getting shine or the same level of respect as her, she feels is threatening her position as the queen of rap. Now, this is the reason why her and Cardi B have been going back and forth over the years, and even bringing their husbands into it, threatening each other on the internet. Just 2 weeks ago at the MTV Awards, Kenneth Petty, Big Zoo, Nicki Minaj's husband, was threatening Offset to come outside when he was states away in Atlanta with Kai Cenat on a live stream. Grown man, 40-year-old, telling another individual to come outside. As a 40-year-old man, the only op you should be looking for is opportunity. Big Zoo threatening Offset got him put on house arrest because he was publicly seen threatening someone online. Nicki Minaj is the catalyst in all these issues. There is a huge difference between Nicki Minaj and Cardi B. Cardi is so liked by everyone that it seems to drive Nicki Minaj insane, because the amount of love that Cardi B gets for just being herself, her bubbly personality, is neck and neck with the amount of love that Nicki Minaj gets for being a dope rapper. Nicki hands down is the best female rapper. I'm not taking anything away from her. But her online Barbie bratty personality is why many people can't stand her. Is Cardi B an industry plan? Let me know down below. Jared the Star, and I'm gone.